Hello. In this video, I'm going to be walking through your 3.0 workspace, both acquisitions and dispositions workspaces. And in this specific video, I'm going to be walking through how a lead comes from XenCall into your workspace here. And so it all starts in here in XenCall, where your cold callers will be making your calls. Here I've created myself here as a profile, and this will simulate me being on the phone with them. So when you're on the phone with somebody, you'll see this dialer here. It'll show hold end call. That just confirms that you're on a call. And you'll see here these options here to select the call result. So once they're on the phone, the only thing that your callers need to do in order to push this lead into your Podio would be to push this qualified lead. So you can see once you press qualified lead, it automatically sets it to transfer it to your qualified leads queue. So you just press qualified lead and then press submit call log, or you can just double click this and it's going to work as well. Um, but what I'm going to do, since I'm not actually on the phone, is I'm going to just manually press this, because what this does, it just triggers a API call so it can push the lead over to your Podio, and this does the same exact thing. It's just me manually touching it. So I'm gonna press this here, and that's simulating your cold caller qualifying the lead, and you're gonna see how it's gonna join into your Podio account. So let's just leave some notes here. There are more testing notes. Okay, and so now I'm going to press here, and you can see in your Podio account, you can see already you have notifications popping up here, and I am being assigned as acquisitions person. The name comes in, the address comes in, and what we do is we go into the Mr. Clean app. So here is where the lead comes in initially. It gets created in here. And you can see that the information is being pulled. It gets the first name, the last name, the phone number is here. You can click the call. The email address is pulled from there as well. The property gets created in its own property app, and Zillow information is automatically pulled for you guys here. And it's also conveniently, the information is also conveniently located here in the actual Mr. Clean app. So, and then also you can notice that on the marketing section here, the marketing method is cold calls because it's from the cold calls, and the qualification notes, these are testing notes. This is just the user that I'm in there. So yeah, these are just the notes there, and the user that submitted the notes. And the qualifier is, I say it's me right now, and also the acquisitions is me, and that's because I'm the only person in this workspace. Normally your cold callers would be the qualifier, and the person that closes a deal will be your acquisitions person. You can also see that the opportunity status is a new lead, and this means this is the status of the actual opportunity. This Mr. Clean app is, you're not really going to be doing much in here. This is just for your company's data, to have it all in one spot for you guys. The only thing that you guys would be adding normally is just additional names and maybe an email or something if you don't have it. But that's all this Mr. Clean app is. It's just for your company's data to be held in a clean place so you can have it all at one glance. And also, all of these reports here that are completely customizable are also being pulled from Mr. Clean as well. So you can see we got one lead came in, it's from cold calls. I'm assigned as acquisition to one of them. The opportunity status is new lead. Seller lead status is 0 because it's not an actual seller lead yet. The contract hasn't been signed. And yeah, these are, like I said, completely customizable. You could add your own here. Okay, so now moving on to your actual workstation, here is the Opportunities app. So in this Opportunities app, it'll automatically get created here for you. Once it comes in, it's automatically going to get created here for you. And in here is where you're going to be doing all of the work pretty much. So you can see the lead card is here. You can see the phone number of the lead and the email address and an additional name if there is one. You can also click into here if you need more information or you need to add an additional name real quick. You can click into there, and it's all very easy for you to get into. Scrolling down, you'll have the status and the property card again with the information here at a glance. And the qualification notes are pulled from Mr. Clean, but these are not changeable. So let's say somebody wants to change these, it's not able to be changed. Here is the follow-up section. You will be able to schedule follow-ups here. Lower than that is the offer section where you'll be able to generate your offer contract. And on the bottom is a questionnaire. So you're going to call, this is a potential seller lead. So you're going to call the person and you're going to ask them these general questions. This is also, you can change these based on your business's needs as well. But we think these are the standard questions pretty much to ask for your company's sake. You'll have this information here in this item stored for each lead. So okay, let's say you call the person and you schedule a follow-up for this person. Okay, so we will schedule a follow-up for tomorrow at 10 a.m. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., you need to call this person. You're going to press schedule follow-up, and right away you're going to notice that you're going to get this warning error here that's saying that when you schedule a follow-up, you're going to need notes as well, because you don't want to call the person tomorrow and forget what you told them yesterday, and you're going to be stuck there. So we made a stop here to where you can only schedule a follow-up if you have notes. You can see that it unset these values automatically because there's no notes there. So now I'm going to schedule a follow-up for tomorrow at 10, and I'm going to say spoke with him, but he wanted me to call back tomorrow. So now we're going to press schedule follow-up. And you can see that automatically the follow-up status gets changed to scheduled. The notes are gone. This is still here, so you know. And also the follow-up history gets changed. So now we can see who created the follow-up. Whoever pushed this button will be here. The date when they created it and the actual date of the follow-up is going to be here, and then the notes here. So it's all here for your viewing. And then also, if you go back to your Mr. Clean app, you can see that in here, the opportunity status was changed to follow up automatically. So you don't have to go and make sure that everything's synced. It's all going to be in sync together in this workspace. So, okay, tomorrow comes, you call him, but you don't really get a good understanding, so you will schedule another follow-up. So you're going to go in here. All right, let's talk on Friday. Let's talk at 9 a.m. this time. Wasn't sure. Told me to call back tomorrow. I recommend getting this. Helps me a lot with my writing. Anyways, so now we're going to schedule another follow-up. We have both the date and the notes. And you can see now that in the follow-up history, we have the original one, and then we also have this new one. So now we're never going to forget what we spoke with this person, even if it was a month ago or 2 months ago. We're going to have that all here. And let's say by accident you click into this field, oh man, I accidentally ruined that. I don't know what's going on. I forgot what I said. It's all going to be okay because the system will automatically bring it back here for you. So nobody can change your history here. Let's say somebody wants to go in and remove this. Oh, he never called. I don't know what's going on. Don't worry about it. The history is going to be stored here. The system will not let you change that. Okay, so moving on now to the offer. So you spoke with him, and you're ready to make an offer. So you're going to offer this guy 100,000, 10 days inspection period, 5,000 USD. He accepted it on Friday, and you're planning on closing next month on the 20th. Here is where you would add your title agent. In this workspace, there's none at the moment, so I'm just going to add a test one. So we're going to do test agent, test agency, and they're on 123 Main Street. So now we have a nice title agent here. We're going to save and return this. And now we can have our title agent linked here, and you'll have access to his email and his phone number here. You can add your additional terms as well. And then you can go ahead and generate the offer from here. So you press generate offer, you give the system a little bit to do its thing, to format everything and get all the documents prepared for you. And then once it's done, you can see that it starts adding these files here. So it gives you a review of the offer, the actual offer, and also the review of the proof of funds. And the cool thing with this is now the offer status gets changed to created automatically. And if you go to your Mr. Clean item, you can see that now the opportunity status is offer created. And if you refresh, you can see that all of those files got here as well. So like I said, this is the main source of data for all the leads. You have all the information here, all the files even is in your Mr. Clean app. So back here we have our files. Just refresh if you don't see them on the bottom here. So this is the contract. You can see it pulls everything. You will have your business name here as well, the date, the actual seller, the address here. It's all going to be included. The title agencies are in here in the bottom as well. And then, yeah, this is pretty much your seller, but this can be your own contract as well. So if you have your own contract, you can get that integrated here as well. And as I said, this is the test agency. It pulls all the information from there. And so now you have your offer ready to send. At the moment, this send offer button is for your informational purposes only. It doesn't do anything automatically, but you guys can request integrations with, for example, Right Signature or DocuSign, to where you would press this button, it would automatically generate the offer, the contract in DocuSign, and send it out for digital signature. And then pretty much that would just automatically set this to sent. It would be sent to viewed whenever the client or the seller views it, and then once the seller signs it, this would automatically get set to mark offer signed. So now we're just going to go ahead and simulate that. So let's say the guy saw it and he signed. So we're going to simulate that, and we're going to go here, and we're just going to press mark offer signed. So now you have a signed contract, and it goes from an opportunity to an actual seller lead. So now you can see the offer status gets sent to signed. The status now is seller lead because it's not an opportunity anymore. You have a signed contract. You have an actual seller lead. In your Mr. Clean app, you can see now that the opportunity status is seller lead and the seller status is action needed. So like I said, everything is in sync here. And you can go to your seller lead by, you can click this link. So in your Mr. Clean item, you will see that the seller leads app in your dispositions workspace has referenced this one. You can click into it by just doing that. By clicking that, I actually clicked it in a new tab if you didn't notice. Or you can just go ahead and go to the top here. You won't have as much, but you will go into your own dispositions workspace. And you can see now that the seller lead is in your seller leads app. So I'm going to click here. And now we have the seller lead with the lead card, the information here. The property card is here. Here's where you would have your buyer or your joint venture partner here. And the information is pulled from the opportunity. So the assignment status is action needed. The purchase amount is 100,000. Everything is pulled from there. And even your title agent is pulled from there. And also the actual offer is dragged here along as well. So now you have everything in your seller leads app. So, okay, so now you want to market this property. So you want to make, let's say you want to make 10,000 on this property. You're going to set the assignment fee as 10,000, and once you do that, you're going to notice that the contract amount automatically gets changed to 110,000. So depending on what you want to make, the contract amount will set itself there, so you don't have to worry about that. And so let's say you're in the process of marketing the property, so you would just press market property, and then the the system would automatically set this assignment status to market property. And if you go to your Mr. Clean, you can see here that seller lead status is marketing property. So now you're marketing the property and you found the buyer. So you're going to go ahead and add your buyer here. And these guys are also at 123 Main Street. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's just pick something random. Okay. So now you have a buyer here, test buyer. You have the information, his email, his phone number here. He's attached to the buyer section. And so now you're ready to actually generate an assignment contract. So you have the option for a regular assignment in a double escrow here. So I'm going to generate an assignment contract by pressing contract actions assignment here. I'm going to give the system a little bit to do its thing, and you can see it already added here the assignment contract, and also what it did was set the assignment status to buyer found. So once you generate a assignment contract, it's implied that you found the buyer, so you don't have to set that by yourself. System sets it automatically, and seller leads gets set to buyer found as well in your Mr. Clean app. So now back here, you would set, you sent the assignment contract. Here's the assignment contract. Generic, it has all the information, test agent, test agency, test buyer, all the dates, the money and everything here. You can have your own assignment contract integrated as well. Just a matter of asking for it. Okay, so now you have everything there. And depending on what's going on with this deal, you have these actions on the bottom here. So now you have lead actions. So let's say this is a retail deal. Just go ahead and press retail. This will get changed. Your Mr. Clean will get changed as well. Let's say it's a fix and flip. This turns to fix and flip. This turns to fix and flip. And now, also, I forgot to mention, so this email assignment will actually send the assignment contract in an email to the buyer, to this buyer's email. This is a fake email, so I'm not going to press it, but that's what it does. It actually sends it to the buyer in an email. And let's say the lead is dead. Same scenario, marks it as dead. This goes to dead. And let's say you got a deal. Good job. Mark it as sold. And then now you have one sold deal. Everything is related here as sold, and everything should be good. So now you have one sold deal, and you did it through the whole funnel from an opportunity to a seller lead. So you have it there, and you can see that all of this information is here as well in your activity page. And as I mentioned before, if you want any integrations or any new features added to your workspace, this message is a daily message from us, but these will be constant. So for any support requests or additional features to your workspace, please fill out the form here. So you're going to press this button, and this takes you to a support requests web form. So just give a little summary of what's going on, a type of request. So a feature request would be something like integrating DocuSign to have your contract sent. General inquiry is like, hey, is it possible to do this, or can we do that? Just be sure to have your full name and your business name here so I know who it's referencing, and then a pretty detailed description so I know what's going on. You can also attach some screenshots here as well. Once you send the request, it'll actually take you to the 3.0 knowledge base. So once you press send request, it's going to take you to this workspace, to this knowledge base. And here you'll have the Podio/GlobalFlow service statuses. So Podio right now is doing good, but we can see that there's an issue with Podio calculation fields. It takes 22 seconds for Podio calculation fields to update. So what a Podio calculation field is this thing right here. This is a Podio calculation field. So let's say we made this 15,000. See, that worked really, really fast. So I'm not sure why this says 22 seconds, but normally when you see issues like this or where Podio has an error, that's when you'll notice some issues. For example, this will take a little bit longer to load, or let's say you push a button and normally it would trigger right away, but it takes maybe up to a minute. Just when things like that happen, just be a little patient. It is on Podio servers to deal with. And yeah, so that's the support request. To report a bug, something's not working, or you're getting errors, or you waited long enough and it's just still not running, you go ahead and report a bug here. Bug summary, full name, business name, bug description, and some screenshots would be helpful as well. Same thing when you submit, it takes you to the knowledge base. Here are the support requests in this app. So when you submit a support request, it'll take you directly in here, and you'll see yours and everybody else's. And with the bug reports, it'll take you to the bug reports, and you'll get here. And this helpful videos app is where I will be uploading this video. Here we will continue to add to this app helpful videos. If you have any video recommendations for us to do, feel free to let me know, and I will be happy to make those videos for you. But as for this is pretty much a full walkthrough of your 3.0 workspace. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Email is jetlum, JETLUM, at thewegroup.com. And yeah, thank you.